Hi, today we're going to be looking at basic grilling techniques. The heat from grilling comes from the bottom. So those things you've got at home in the top of your ovens are in fact called salamanders because the heat comes from the top. So why choose grilling over frying? Well, grilling's a lot more healthier. You use less oil and I think you get a lot more flavour. Look at barbecuing, that's a form of grilling. If you get it right, it's perfect. If you get it wrong, it can be a disaster. We're going to show you a few grilling techniques. The first thing we're going to grill for you today is a piece of Scottish mackerel, a perfect fish for grilling. We've made sure that the skin is very, very dry. We've patted it dry. If the skin's wet, it will stick to the pan. Incidentally, the pan has to be really, really hot. If it's not, again, it will stick and you'll come up with a puree of fish. All we've done is score the skin and seasoned it with salt and pepper. So now let's get on to the grilling, all right? My pan's hot, my fish is prepared. All I'm going to do is put it into the hot pan, press it down with the aid of a spatula, turn it over, take it off the heat because the heat will carry on cooking the fish, okay? So here goes. It's very important that you press it down, otherwise it all curls up. Lovely fish, super smells and sustainable. When you can see the moisture starting to come, that means it's starting to go nice and crispy underneath. And you can hear it, all right? You can hear that crackle. If you can't hear that crackle, it's not cooking. So I reckon we've got a nice crispy skin there. Let's have a look. Et voila. Nice, charred, crispy skin. Leave that 30 seconds. Going to turn the stove off. And that will carry on cooking. The residue heat will carry that cooking. We don't want to overcook it because it will become dry. Now we're going to take that off. And we're going to leave it skin side up because we want to show that crispy skin. Nice crispy skin. Just with a few pickled radishes. Some cress. And some nice citrusy lemon segments, lime segments even. And you can see I've used these ingredients, radishes, limes, mustard cress, so you can get them from your local supermarket to have a practice with. So there you have it, just a nice plain grilled mackerel with a pickled radish, lime and cress garnish. Okay, so the second thing we're going to be grilling today is a sirloin steak. All I've done is season it with salt and pepper. I've got my hot pan and we're ready to go. Pick it up with the tongs, nice hot pan, lay it in the pan and don't move it. Too many people like fiddling, just leave it. Much like the mackerel, we need to get a nice golden colour. So when you start to see it slightly come up at the side, you see you've got a red meat and it's starting to go a light brown, and then some moisture will come to the top. That'll be when it's time to turn it over. All right, so we're going to turn it over. You've got that nice bar mark. You've got a lovely colour on the fat. And obviously, depending on how you like your steak cooked, it's how long you're going to cook it for. If you were frying this, this is when you'd be putting loads of butter on it, yeah? Now, depending on how you like it cooked, again using a probe until you become more experienced, if you take it to around 55, that'll be rare to medium. So take its temperature. So as soon as that hits 55, I'm taking it out and we're going to let it rest. Very important to let meat rest. So we're going to let it rest. And then what that does, it lets the meat relax, because the meat is a muscle. It helps it relax and makes it more tender. Okay, so the steak is now rested. Why do we rest the steak? It's like any piece of meat. It's a muscle, and the muscles need to relax. Apart from anything else, all the blood has now drained out onto a cloth rather than onto your plate and making your chips soggy. Let's cut it up. Nice, medium rare sirloin steak.